Good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. This is a channel that is dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show. So, we are doing the weekly series we do every week called Commonalities Compared. This is the show in which Ben, my subscriber, gives me a couple of musical commonalities. They could be two drummers, two bass players, two albums, anything that's related to rock, and then I talk about them. So we were going to do another show this week, but decided to combine something that I had planned to do. It made sense to do it this way, so that's the way we're going to do it. We're talking today about Paul Di'Anno and Bruce Dickerson. That's the commonalities that we're comparing today. We're also going to do probably a bit more of a tribute today than it is a commonalities compared, as we will be talking about the late, now past, Paul Di'Anno, who passed recently in the rock world. His claim to fame is that he was on this, the debut album of Iron Maiden, and this one, Killers from Iron Maiden. I believe they did some live stuff in between the two albums too. Not 100% sure, but I believe that was the case. And then of course we're going to go on and talk a little bit about this guy, Bruce Dickerson here. These are the first two he was on. Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast and Peace of Mind. Plus he was on a host more of their albums as well. So for the two of them, obviously the most obvious commonality they have is that they played in the same band. They were lead vocalists at different times in the band Iron Maiden. The other commonality is they both have very metal-like voices. In my opinion, they're both not totally dissimilar, although Paul Di'Anno has more of a punk element to his music than does Bruce Dickerson. Now we're going to talk a little bit about Paul Di'Anno today. So he played for Iron Maiden from 78 till 81. He also played in his own solo band. He was with Goggamag and a few other bands that he was part of too. He did part of some similar type bands, maybe not quite as metalish as Iron Maiden was, but definitely hard rockin' bands. And it's just unfortunate. He was only 66. I think he was only 66 years old when he passed away. That's pretty damn young to be going. And for me, it's pretty damn young. Maybe 30 years ago, I would have thought that was old, but I don't think that way so much anymore. Anyways, it's just a sad day when rock loses yet another guy who was a strong influence on one of my favorite bands, in Paul Di'Anno. My condolences are out, of course, to his family, and it's sad that when you lose somebody like that, especially somebody of, well, not necessarily because of his talent that it's especially upsetting, but because you're familiar with him, that you know him, and I am familiar with it. So for me, Iron Maiden first came to my attention back on the Killers album with Murders in the Rue Morgue and Wrathchild were the two songs that introduced me to this band. And I liked them quite a bit, both the songs, so I had actually gone out sometime after I'd heard those songs for a bit to buy this album, Killers. And when I got to the store, the Number of the Beast was at the front and was a new album had just come out. So I decided that I would go that route and get the new album first, and then go back. If I liked the new album, I would go back and get Killers in the future, which eventually I did. But yeah, so that launched kind of the way my Iron Maiden experience was launched by those two albums. Primarily catapulted into superstardom for me with the Number of the Beast album. So many great tracks on that album. It's I still think it's one of Bruce Dickerson's greatest accomplishments vocally, and Killers is one of the greatest accomplishments vocally for Paul Di'Anno. Both of them strong frontman, strong voices, very much adding to the myth and lore of Iron Maiden in just about everything you can hope for in a metal band. And at that time, I was not a huge metal fan. Yes, I did like Black Sabbath, but I never really thought of Black Sabbath as a metal band at that time. I just thought of them as a rock band who had a lot of great albums. The word metal didn't occur to me at that point in time. Same with Judas Priest. They were another rock band, and metal didn't occur to me at that point in time with them either, because at that point I'd only heard a few songs on the radio by them. So Iron Maiden was kind of the first band that I associated metal with. And both these vocalists were hugely impactful that way for me. So anyways, that's my take on the comparison between the two. Both of them great on the stage, both of them fantastic vocals, both of them putting out great songs. And unfortunately, Paul Di'Anno has passed away, and we won't get any more kind of reunion type stuff with Iron Maiden anymore, which is unfortunate. But the more important thing is that his family has now lost him, and that's a sadness for them. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to think of Paul Di'Anno in your prayers, and his family as well. So anyways, I will see you next week on Commonalities Compared. So take care and have yourself a good day. Bye.